Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Renee for those of you that are new here. I noticed that the videos about feminine energy have been doing well on my channel, so I'm just going to stick with it, make it into a series, and keep making videos on this topic. So today's video is going to be about how to be feminine and powerful. And I got this title inspiration from a book actually that I really love called Feminine and Powerful. But I feel like there is no like you can't really over optimize for one area of your life if you want to be well-rounded and successful overall. And it's no different if you're approaching trying to bring in feminine energy into your life, or if you're trying to learn about how to be more feminine. If you really want to set yourself up for success, then you need to understand that integrating your masculine energy along with your feminine energy is going to be the best bet. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. 4 ways to be feminine and powerful. And you start off by understanding that you also need your masculine energy. So, what is masculine energy? Masculine energy can show up as structures in your life, routines in your life, processes, and discipline. Having that drive, that can be your masculine side. Those are some examples of how masculine energy shows up. And if you don't have that kind of structure in your life, then if you over optimize and just try to be feminine all the time, you might find yourself falling behind and feeling really unfulfilled because you need both. You need both. And I think it's good to lean more toward one or the other. Like if you identify as a female, then I think it's natural to identify more with your feminine energy, and maybe for the sake of giving it a number, you're in your feminine energy maybe like 60% of the time and your masculine energy 40% of the time. But really what it comes down to is knowing what situation you're in, where you are, your environment, who you're talking to, and integrating those energies when they're appropriate. So, for example, if you're in the workplace, naturally you need to use more of your masculine energy because you need to stay focused, you need to get things done. That's very masculine. It wouldn't really be appropriate to just, do your makeup at your desk and what else is considered feminine, like relax and do nothing, like you don't, that's not appropriate in the workplace. Not saying that doing nothing is feminine, but like having that like relaxed attitude, is that appropriate in the workplace? No. In your romantic relationship, you want to show up in your feminine energy, don't you? You don't want to feel when you're with your partner like he is talking to a man, so you would be in your feminine energy more than your masculine energy at that point. But say one time you and your romantic partner need to plan a trip and you need to decide what you want to do on that trip, create an itinerary. That's when your masculine energy comes in to create that structure. So what I'm trying to say is that you need both. You need both, and it takes just deciding and understanding what situation you're in and what's appropriate. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video: how to be balanced and integrate your masculine energy into your life in a way that creates more structure, which then allows you to be more feminine. Because there is always, when you do something good too much, there becomes a negative consequence. So, like, you're in your feminine, you're enjoying food with your friends, you're enjoying, you're in your pleasure, you're in just that, feeling of wanting to relax. That's appropriate in a moment's time, right? But if you keep doing that, if you keep eating these indulgent, rich foods, that can develop into a problem. You can gain weight. You need that discipline, you need that structure in order to be able to relax. And this is something that came up for me even in the past year or so. I have videos talking about how I had to reframe the way that I thought about work, because I thought that it was my ultimate goal to just to not work, like, but I realized that there's a place for work in life, and there's a way to approach it from a feminine perspective to make it more approachable and enjoyable, like enjoying the process vibes and not like drudgery vibes. If you know, you know, but I'll leave those videos in the description below if you're curious to learn more about that. So the point is to never over optimize for one area of your life. You want a balanced and harmonious life, and we have to integrate our masculine energy into that as well. Your masculine energy gives you structure. That's one of the key takeaways I want you to have from this video, is that you need that structure to then be able to relax. that's how we, if you think about it, it's how we even manage money. We need systems, we need structure so that we don't just spend it all in a moment of being too in our feminine. We need both. We need both so that we can relax. Because how can you relax if you are in a state of like survival, if you don't know what tomorrow is because you didn't handle what you have responsibly? That takes, masculine energy. And that's why men need women and women need men, because we both bring different strengths. But within ourselves, to be more balanced, there's ways to integrate and understand these energies too. So if you lean too much into your feminine energy, your pleasure, relaxation, joy of doing nothing, there's a word for that. I can't think of it right now, but if you can put it in the description, then, things can go left very fast because you're not doing anything to get you closer to your goals, and you're just, you're doing too little. Like sometimes we're doing too much when we're in burnout and we're overworked and we're exhausted. But, when you're too in your feminine, you're doing too little. Like you're not doing anything. And, I was gonna go on a different tangent, but I'll leave that for another video. I was gonna say how sometimes that's unattractive in our partner when they're too much in their feminine energy. If they identify as a male, that can be unattractive because we need that polarity in relationships. Again, another video for another time. All right. Four practical ways to implement your masculine energy in your daily life so that you can relax into your feminine energy. One, understand that if you don't work, you won't eat. Okay? If you don't work, you won't eat. Get up off your ass and do something with yourself. How about that? That's masculine in a way, you know. Sometimes we just don't feel like it and we still have to. And that's us having to use our masculine energy in that moment. But even in the Bible, it says that I don't remember the exact verse, but how gluttony and sloth will reduce you to poverty. So if you think about it, that's basically saying like if you don't work, you won't eat. And people that don't think about their future in detail and make plans will end up feeling unfulfilled and comparing themselves to other people that have those things that they worked for, and then finding some kind of way to complain about that dynamic when they didn't put in the work in the first place. And it's like people put in work over time. They do small things every day to get themselves closer to where they want to be. And then in the end, in the bigger picture, years from then, they have this success. They have this, quantifiable things that, they earned. And then it's just not, it doesn't make sense to compare yourself to people who have done the work to get to where they have to be, and then like feel bad for yourself if you didn't do those things. You know what I mean? So there's a time and place to put the work in. How you approach it is your own decision. You can approach it from a place of feeling burdened and overwhelmed and stressed. That will burn you out. Or you can approach it in a way where you're going to find a way to enjoy the process and think about the bigger picture. And again, that's just a mindset shift. So, number one of how to implement your masculine energy so that you can enjoy your feminine energy and relax is understand if you don't work, you won't eat, period. Okay. And guess what? If you don't have the systems in place, if you don't have the finances to comfort you during times of distress, to support your living situation, to get you food, how can you be in your feminine? How can you chill? How can you care about how you look that day or do your hair if you can't even get money to eat? Or if you're stressed about basic survival necessities, get off your ass, find a way to do the things that you want to do to have the life that you want to have today, not tomorrow. Let's stop waiting for somebody to come and save us. We all fall into this. I have as well. But we need to be well rounded in ourselves too before we're going to find a healthy partner. And if you keep attracting negative relationships or toxic relationships or people that have negative traits, you got to look at yourself, boo. You got to look at yourself, because we attract what we're the reciprocal of. And if you want that high value man, then you need to put in the work to be that high value woman. I know these terms are overused at this point, but like the concepts are still true. Number two way to implement your masculine energy into your daily life so that you can relax into your feminine. Start taking radical accountability for your life and things that go wrong. Learn to shift the responsibility to yourself instead of always blaming other people. Okay, this is like a radical approach to life, but it is definitely one of those mindset things that has changed me, that has helped me, and it's basically what they explain as being in your personal power. This is one of those things that's really impacted me. So you got to just practice taking radical accountability for everything. So if a situation happens and you didn't like what happened in that situation, you have to look at what it is that you did. I know it hurts. I know it hurts to look in the mirror and you want to like blame other people. It's easy. That's easy to blame and shift everything to somebody else or to your life circumstance, but you can feel more empowered by finding ways that you can take accountability for how you got there or for how that situation played out. So, if you're not happy with your career, you have to look at yourself. Why did you stay somewhere that you were not happy for so long? Now years have gone by, you have no career progression, but did you do anything to change your situation? No. Okay, you take that accountability. Okay, from there, now you can go up instead of like always complaining and always like burying yourself. Once you take accountability, then you have permission to change the things that you are not liking. But first, you have to take accountability for what you can and stop shifting everything to other people because you're going to feel miserable. And people are people. We're all flawed. We're human beings. Sometimes you never get that apology. You never get that anything from anyone. It is what it is. That's life. And when you take accountability for what you can, radical accountability, meaning even if the situation is like someone was dead wrong, you still are able to see what you possibly could have done to get yourself there. You're going to feel more empowered and you're going to be like so strong in your mind that it's not even funny. It's not even funny. Like this really helps you and separates you from mediocrity, period. All right, 3. All right, here is just a role play of how you can turn an excuse into like empowerment, from excuse to empowerment. But what I'm trying to say is that your excuses become your own problems. And Shira Seven has a video on this topic. I love her because she speaks her truth. I don't agree with everything she says, but some of her videos, she really has some good points. I don't agree with everything she says, just want to make that clear. Okay, but like she had something going when she had a video called Your Excuses Will Become Your Own Problems. That is the absolute truth. Okay, so your excuse is your problem. Lying to yourself destroys your self-confidence, and saying you'll do something and then not doing that thing is how you become insecure, is how you become less confident, how you learn to not trust yourself. And it's hard to function in life when you have that kind of inner turmoil. Okay, so practical way to implement your masculine energy so that you can enjoy your feminine is to stop with the excuses. Stop with the excuses. Myron Golden said excuses are just sophisticated lies. You're just trying to like cover up something that's not really true. That's an excuse. So just stop with the excuses. Being your masculine, have that accountability. Stop with the excuses. Stop lying to yourself where you need to. This is highly personalized and for you to reflect on. And stop saying you'll do things and then not doing it. Like really say what you'll do. Like become somebody whose actions speak and they match with their words. Because one, you'll learn to trust yourself, and two, other people will trust you. I'm sorry, but your reputation matters. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. I know people who even have like success, they have wealth, but they're not respected because they lie and they're just, their character. So if you want to really relax into your feminine, you want to have that high vibe bliss bubble and have that fulfillment within yourself so that you can attract the life that you want, the people, the friends, the love, the career. You need to stop making excuses, period. And that's taking accountability, that's being in your masculine. All right. Number 4 way to implement masculine energy so that you can relax into your feminine is similar to not making excuses, but you have to find ways to like be able to call BS on yourself. So again, back to the excuses example. Okay, I guess I'll call number 4, start calling BS on yourself. Because if you can talk yourself out of your own excuses, it's like what Weezy said, talking to myself because I am my own consultant. Okay, like who gonna stop you? So for example, okay, this is an example. Somebody really wants to go to school. Maybe they started and they never finished. Okay, they're always talking about how they can't go back to school now because they were working and they can't afford it. They can't afford it. All right, that was their reason, excuse. Okay, 5 years later, 10 years later, they still complain that they want to finish school, but they can't because they can't afford it. I call BS. I call BS because one, so much time has passed that if you just even started saving $5 a month or something small, you could have afforded to go back to school. Two, there's financial assistance, there's loans, there's scholarships. Did you even try to apply? You know what I'm saying? So we have to start calling ourselves out on our BS and like stop with that. Like stop with that. And that takes again radical accountability and reflection, but it's your life. Are you going to like settle for less than what you want and then complain? Like who likes those kind of people? I don't. I don't like people like that. That's like miserable. Learn to call yourself out on your own BS. And that's being inner masculine energy because it's forcing you to take action. But moral of the story, like you need to optimize for both areas of your life, and it's okay to lean more toward your feminine, but you still need the structures. You still need to, how one of my previous mentors explains, use your hands and feet. Like you still need to get yourself there and do what you can with what you have to have that life that you want. And if you're just gonna like complain that you're not where you want to be or just be unhappy, but you haven't really like taken accountability or tried and really fulfilled your potential, really proved to a lot of our parents, they're we are first generation living in the US, like sometimes even thinking the bigger picture, like to make their sacrifices worth it, like the things that they worked for. They say that the child is the more evolved version of the parent. So are you gonna leave the planet better than, like, are you going to do more with the opportunities and resources that you have that they didn't have? Or are you going to sit on your ass and complain for the rest of your life and be unhappy? All right. Well, thanks for watching. I hope this wasn't too triggering, but I feel like sometimes we just need to shake it off. And, like, I don't want to see, you know, queens act like peasants. All right. So, those are the 4 ways that you can be feminine and powerful. The key is integrating your masculine energy. If you like this video, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and subscribe, obvi. Never a question, just remember. Also, if you like inner work, if you are somebody who likes to always take that next level and constantly grow, constantly learn, check out my program, 30 Days of Empress Energy. This is going to shift your mentality in 30 days. It's your inner work on turbo speed, okay? Just for people who want to go the extra mile and really excel. Learn more about it in the description below. If you want to start your journaling practice and don't know where to start, check out my journal, Wisdom in Dark Paradise. It's a 5-day guided journaling practice for you to use at your leisure. Read more about it again in the description below. And let me know what other videos that you want to see. I'm learning what you guys like. So seeing that the feminine energy videos performed well made me want to make another video like this. And yeah, with your feedback, I can continue to grow this channel and create that community that we're all looking for. Am I right? So subscribe.